My dear students, today we are going to discuss the first chapter of class 7 mathematics. The name of the chapter is rational numbers. So we will discuss about rational numbers. Rational numbers. So first of all, we will discuss the definition of rational numbers. What is a rational number? So the numbers that can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, are called rational numbers. So did you understand what I said? The numbers that can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, are called rational numbers. So please note down the definition of rational numbers. The numbers that can be written in the form of p by q, where p comma q integers and q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. So what did you understand from this definition? The number must be in the form of p by q. The number must be in the form of p by q, and p and q should be integers. P and q are integers and q must not be equal to 0. Q must not be equal to 0. So integers. Now integers. What are integers? What are integers? In the previous class you might have studied about integers. No problem, I would like to remind you of the definition of integers. That means, what are integers? Integers are a set of numbers. That means integers are a set or collection. You may also say collection. Integers are a set or collection of numbers including 0, natural numbers and their negative numbers. These are called integers. So I just remind you. So to become a rational number, there will be three conditions. Condition number 1, the number has to be in the form of p by q. The number has to be in the form of p by q. Condition number 2, p and q are integers. And condition number 3, q is not equal to 0. Let us see. P by q, then p is an integer, and q not equal to 0. So integers, what are integers? I have already told you. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And on the left side of 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So these numbers are called integers. So a rational number will be in the form of p by q. Now can you give examples of rational numbers? I will show you. I will write on the board. Examples. So can we say 1 by 2 is a rational number? Yes, of course, 1 by 2 is a rational number because it is in the form of p by q. In place of p there is 1 and in the place of q there is 2. So we can say that 1 by 2 is a rational number. Likewise, 3 by 5 is also a rational number. Even minus numbers are also rational numbers. Minus 2 by 3, this is also a rational number because minus 2 is an integer. Minus 2, that means negative numbers are also integers. Minus 2 is a rational, minus 2 is an integer and 3 is also an integer. That's why minus 2 by 3 is also a rational number. Seven by minus 10, this is also a rational number, isn't it? So like this. So apart from these clear examples of rational numbers, these are clear examples because we can see that all of these numbers are in the form of p by q. So apart from these examples of rational numbers, clear examples of rational numbers, I will give some more examples which can also be rational numbers. So please take a closer look on the board. What did I write on the board? I wrote that all integers are rational numbers. Is it true? Yes, of course. All integers are rational numbers. We can say all integers are rational numbers. Why can we say that all integers are rational numbers? Because all integers satisfy the definition of rational numbers. All integers satisfy the definition of rational numbers. In the definition of rational numbers, what I wrote? The numbers that can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. So if we are able to express, or if we are able to write these integers in the form of p by q, then we can say that integers are rational numbers. So how can we write? Let us see. Suppose uh, 3 is an integer. No doubt, undoubtedly 3 is an integer, isn't it? There is no doubt 3 is an integer. Now can we write this number 3 in the form of p by q? Yes, of course. I will show you. 3 can be written like 3 by 1. So 3 can be written in the form of 3 by 1. So what does it mean? Actually, what does 3 by 1 mean? 3 by 1 means 3 is divided by 1. If we divide 3 by 1, we will get 3 itself, isn't it? So 3 can be written in the form of 3 by 1. 3 by 1. Because 3 by 1 means 3 itself. Can we write 3 as 6 by 2? Yes, of course. Because what does 6 by 2 mean? 6 by 2 means 6 is divided by 2. If we divide 6 by 2, then we will get 3, isn't it? 2 3s are 6. So 3 is again written in the form of p by q. We can write that means we can write different forms. We can write the same number in various forms. Again 3 can be written in the form of 9 by 3. 9 by 3 means 9 is divided by 3. If we divide 9 by 3, then we will get 3, isn't it? So a single number, that means 3, a single integer. This is an integer. 3 is an integer. So this integer can be written in the form of p by q. In the first form, you can see 3 by 1. 3 is an integer, 1 is also an integer. That's why p by q. Again 6 by 2. 6 is an integer, 2 is also an integer. 9 by 3. 9 is an integer, 3 is also an integer. That's why These are the p by q forms of tree. P by q forms of tree. Take another example. Suppose minus 5. Minus 5 is also an integer. This is a negative integer, isn't it? This is a negative integer because minus is there, minus sign is there. So minus 5 can also be expressed in the form of p by q. Minus 5 can also be expressed or can also be written in the form of p by q. How? Minus 5 by 1. Minus 5 can be written as minus 5 by 1. Minus 5 by 1. That means what? Minus 5 is divided by 1. If we divide minus 5 by 1, we will get minus 5 itself. Minus 10. We can write minus 5 as minus 10 by 2. This is the p by q form. This is the p by q form. This is the p by q form of minus 5. Minus 10 is, if we divide minus 10 by 2, we will get minus 5. This is also a p by q form of minus 5. Minus 20 by 4. If we divide minus 20 by 4, we will get minus 5, isn't it? So all of these are p by q forms of the integer minus 5. So each and every integer can be written in the form of p by q. Each and every integer can be written in the form of p by q. That is why all integers are rational numbers. Even 0, in case of 0 also, 0 is also a rational number. 0 can also be written in the form of p by q. I will show you. I am going to show you. Zero. So 0 can be written in the form of p by q. 0 by 1. 0 by 1 means 0 itself. Because why? 0 is divided by 1. If we divide 0 by 1, then we will get 0 itself. So 0 by 1 is the p by q form of 0, isn't it? That means any if we divide 0 by any number, if we divide 0 by any number, then we will get 0 itself. That is why 0 can be written in the form of p by q. 0 can be written in the form of p by q. 0 by minus 2. So I would like to mention the definition of a rational number again. So what was the definition of the rational numbers? The number must be in the form of p by q. Number must be in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers. And q is not equal to 0. Q is not equal to 0. not equal to 0. P by q means p is the numerator and q is the denominator. In the form p by q, p is the numerator and q is the denominator. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Numerator, in some cases numerator may be 0. Here in this case we can see numerator is 0.